talking about Canyonland Park. People have been searching this on the internet on my blog. Special guests, my parents, are going to tell what it was like to actually be at Canyonland Park back when it was in its prime. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay, let's see. We're going back to 1974, and so that would be I kept hearing about Canyonland Park, and that Jack would tell me about, and so we had to wait till I turned 16, so old enough to date, before he could take me there. So I kept hearing about Canyonland, about the incline there was going down the canyon. I just couldn't imagine like how that could be. I was raised in New York, so we wasn't exposed to those type of things, and so finally we finally got to go and see it, and we rode over there. It may have been on your motorcycle. We may have been on the motorcycle, and we rode over there, and it was exciting. It was exciting. I remember, and it still is today. I mean, I would like to go back and do that again. It's been 45 years ago, but it was fun going. It was fun going on the incline and going down the canyon. It's almost like you can just reach out and feel the trees because you're going down in it. And then I remember us going down in it, and then there was a little stand where you can get something to drink. They had snacks and food down there. And I remember the zoo. It was amazing because there were like exotic animals, weren't there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What were some of the animals that they had that you remember?
I remember monkeys, and I remember it seemed like there was like a mountain lion, maybe some type of lion.
Yeah, I remember that. Zebra.
And birds. There's some birds there, but yeah.
The urban legend is that when the place officially closed down in 1983, that supposedly the owner just released them into the wild.
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, it was always told. It was always told is that is the reason why we have panthers in the canyon. So I don't know if we normally had black panthers there anyway. We live in the mountains. I don't know if that was normal or if that's really true. I always believed that. I always believed that all the animals were turned loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just made sense. It just made sense.
But it opened, I believe, in the early 70s, and then my research says it shut down in 83, and it just kind of abruptly ended.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's interesting because we've driven past it since, and it's just all grown up. There's nothing there. It's just abandoned. It's actually for sale for, I think, like $5 million, the actual land. Oh. But there's not like anything still intact. It's just...
No, it's small buildings. It seemed like he had bought no fair equipment, from a traveling fair, the old whirls and the scramblers and all that type of thing were there.
And just put it up there.
Yeah.
But in the exact location of this it actually in Fort Payne city limits, Fort Payne, Alabama, or
no, it's not. No.
Where geographically? Was it just simply Lookout Mountain?
I mean, the closest community was Lickskillet. So, but I don't really know. I guess it's part of the canyon, really. It must, Yeah. It's right on the edge.
But it's interesting because for all the people, and on my blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog, I did a blog about this, years ago, and people regularly, will leave comments, and I thought, man, I need to make a video interviewing my parents who were actually there as teenagers. And it's funny because even now we're like how many miles from it? Like 8 miles, something like that. It's not that far from where we're filming this video, and it's just still there. But so many people, even from across the United States, passed through and went there, and they leave me comments on the blog. So it's interesting. Like, this is where we live and where we grew up, but for other people passing through, this was part of their vacation as they were coming in from Kansas or wherever it was.
I never
to go
thought
there.
about that, to stop over.
Might be a good opportunity for someone to open that up then, if people are still thinking how great it was back then.
Yeah, I think so. But so far, no one's bought that land. They don't want to invest the $5 million or whatever it is to invest it to buy the property, but it was one of those things that was like, but it was good while it lasted, right? I mean, you went there, it was awesome for what it was, right?
It was great. It was a great place to go. It was a great first date, to go, and that's where everyone went. There really wasn't
There wasn't anything else here.
There wasn't.
You were saying last night there was only
wasn't.
2 restaurants in Fort Payne.
Yes. Jack's and the Huddle House.
And then there was a skating rink and something
and
else.
A bowling alley.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. So to actually have Canyonland Park, everyone talked about it. It was the talk. It was, and I guess at that time, it hadn't been open that long, but the incline, oh my goodness, it was amazing. I would like to go. I would like to go back on the incline again. I'd like to go back and look at all that. I mean, I guess
we took a hike yesterday and we saw with the cement mountings for certain stops of the skyline.
The chairlift.
Yeah, the chairlift.
Oh.
That's what it was. But that's all it is. It's blocks of cement, just traces of what was there years ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But what's funny is, I know y'all haven't watched the show Lost, but a lot of people watching the video have seen the series Lost, and there's all these flashbacks to 1977, the year y'all got married, and it kind of had that feel of this camp sort of place called the Darman Initiative, and it reminds me very much of this, which I always thought about this Canyonland in the 70s on top of this mountain that has a skyline and has all these animals, and it seemed almost out of place, like that we're making this up, that this really happened back in the 70s. Yeah. But yeah, enough people remember it, and I have this one theory that sometimes the only proof something ever existed is that people remember it. And so that's why I wanted to make this video, to have the two of you talk about it. I was 2 when it closed. I don't guess I ever went as a baby.
No.
So hopefully people can watch this video that remember it and leave some comments. And
it was a beautiful place, a happy place, and just a really fun memory. Really fun memory. And there were a lot of people there. I remember that day. There were a lot of people. People all over.
Even as we were there yesterday hiking, I noticed the cars that were around. Most of them were not from this area. There was Georgia, Tennessee, and South Alabama, and places like that. So, still a attraction area.
Yeah. So specifically, Little River Falls or Little River Canyons is specifically where people are still going to. But then from there, they have the trails and the roads that go off from there. So Little River Canyon, right outside of the Fort Payne city limits sign there. So hopefully this is the beginning of a conversation. We can have more people putting their input, sharing their stories. And of course, in the same way that so many movies are getting sequels and TV shows are being rebooted, there's always that hope that I think so many people have. I wish somebody would just buy that land and redevelop it and bring it back. So maybe this could jumpstart that conversation.
Oh, no. It'd be wonderful.
If you got comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching.